Okay, so in last month I saw a lot of companies pitching geospatial agent for the site selections, but I was always wondering how much of value they add on top of just using Claude Code $20 subscription. One of these posts is from CARTO. CARTO is web cloud native GIS platform focused on enterprise who is already using data warehouses like Snowflake, BigQuery, and so forth. In their demos, they use Gemini Enterprise, where you prompt Gemini, and it goes with you through the site selection, and it connects to the CARTO platform for this, and then it even builds them up. But unfortunately, to try it, you need to contact a sales first. Second post is, which I noted, was from Alex from Aino. Aino is probably pioneering the agentic GIS. In their tool, you can go directly to their web interface, prompt agent, and agent builds them up for you. And I wanted to show how to use Cloud to do the same demo as Alex did in his post. And actually, it failed on the first and second and third attempt. Usually I get a lot of problems with Cloud and Geospatial. I get the wrong boundaries selected, wrong categories selected, truncated coordinates, and many other problems which I honestly didn't expect. And I even wrote an article how was I iterating on it. I was trying to build a skill which helps Cloud to navigate this most common problem. But then I learned about loop engineering. The idea of the loop engineering is replacing yourself as the person who does a prompt. I asked myself, what is it special I am doing that Cloud is not doing yet? And I realized that I spot all these problems with final result by simply looking at the map. What if Cloud can add the map and then see the problems and then self-correct itself? Yeah, what if the map Cloud can look at the map? But how? Fast forward to now, I built open source project that fixes this. It's called Dekart. Dekart is backend for the Kepler.gl that connects to PostGIS and BigQuery and others, and it lets Cloud to run a skill and see the result on the map, basically create a snapshot as a PNG. Dekart works together with GeoSQL, which is open source skill for Cloud that implements or programs Cloud this GIS loop to first write a skill, query data, visualize on the map, check the map, iterate. I already covered how to set up Dekart and GeoSQL in my previous video, but it's pretty much just these three commands which are on my screen. One more thing, I need to connect Dekart to my BigQuery account because BigQuery already has Overture Maps out of the box as a free public dataset. I wanted to show how to use Cloud to do the same demo as Alex did in his LinkedIn post for Aino. I wanted to predict a best sporting goods store location in Seattle. I use a method which is called POI collocation lift. The main idea of this method is that some POIs are clustering together. For example, restaurant may be near coffee shop. The same is true for the sporting goods store. Some categories of the POIs which always appear close to this store because it's gonna fit a user behavior profile. First step, I just want to understand what kind of POI are usually collocated with sporting goods store in US. Cloud discovered schema itself. It decided it will use H3 collocation lift across the whole US. It checked that the queries will be under the budget for BigQuery. Then it created a map and looked at the snapshot of the map. And then it found 20 categories which collocate with sporting goods. Specifically, it found that designer clothing, sunglasses store would collocate with the sporting goods, which makes sense. As evidence, it built a map for the whole US showing how many different POIs are near the sporting goods and how many different categories are there. Now, using this categories lift, I want to find a 10 best location for Seattle sporting goods, but I want to make sure that it's far enough from other sporting goods. They don't cannibalize each other. Let's prompt Claude again. And now it found pretty much 10 locations for me in Seattle. And it built a map. The map already shows this 10 location, the ranking, and the competitor store. But I want to see this exactly collocation categories. I can trust this map more. I asked Claude to add a layer with collocating POIs. Now it looks good. For example, I can see that in this recommended spot, what are the other POIs are there, and yeah, that definitely makes sense, this map. I think the map looks already good and analysis looks good. I can check SQL queries and copy a link to it and send to my customer. Of course, this is a simplified analysis. And real analysis will add like demographic data, trade areas, rental prices, and so on. But you can do it by just pointing Claude to files or database tables with this information, and it will include it into this analysis. If you're a JS consultancy, you just generated 50,000 words report in just some 10 minutes using agent. Interestingly, the only SaaS account which I needed was a Claude, and everything else is running on my local host. Last week, GeoSQL skill got on the Hacker News front page and generating 400 GitHub stars in one day. I will leave a link to description to Dekart and GeoSQL below. And yeah, you definitely should try it before paying for enterprise JS SaaS. What do you think? Does this solve any pain for you? Would that fit your workflow? Please comment and see you soon.